All right, this is Thomas Believe the Run.
It's Robbe with Believe the Run.
And today, do you even know who we're here with?
Dude, I had some beers. We're here with ASICS.
ASICS, but Paul from ASICS.
Oh yeah, Paul from ASICS, even more importantly.
Yeah. Paul, what is your job at ASICS?
I am the Senior Merchandising Manager of a Performance Run, and then I work on our track and field product as well.
Have you ever seen either of us before?
Yes, multiple times.
Okay, so we're a little familiar.
Stalker.
We've actually hung out with him in Boston. Yeah, stalker is probably the thing. Anybody who's seen Robbie twice is a stalker. You get a cease and desist. All right, so we're here to talk about ASICS shoes. This is one of those brands that a few years ago you didn't have that much interest in. Now, you guys are dropping heat all the time, and you're going to walk us through some of the models that we've seen update and mature and kind of get into a place where people are kind of excited to see them.
Yeah, we're super amped up for it. You know, we got shoes that we've been doing for almost a quarter of a century in different versions. So the first one we're going to kick you off with is part of our Cloud Cushion series. So this is the GEL-Nimbus 24.
24.
Okay. GEL-Nimbus Classic.
So this is one for a long time. It was just known as that high cushion hero, super technical shoe. You know, as times have changed, stacks have gotten higher, foams have gotten softer. We got a couple really cool things to bring to this one to you. So I'll walk you down through them in details, and we can drop some questions if you have them.
Let's do it, yeah.
So first things first, you guys know our Flight Foam Blast, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Love the foam. It's the foam that brought us a new consumer. It was bouncy, it was energetic, it wasn't the old ASICS. It put us out into a new place.
Lively.
But lively. See, that's what we keep doing. You
Lively.
gotta keep me honest.
Yeah.
So this isn't just Flight Foam Blast. This is Flight Foam Blast Plus. So this one goes to the next level. This is Spinal
This one
Tap.
goes to 11. There
Damn
you
it,
go.
we're on the same
It's all
page,
around.
same page. So this is awesome. So all of that energy, that liveliness, that bounce, that pop that we got on Flight Foam Blast, we're able to take that to kind of the next level, and we do it at a reduced weight. So we're gonna add a couple millimeters of stack height to the Nimbus this go around, but it comes in at the lightest Nimbus weight of all time.
Oh, wow.
So extra foam underfoot. You know, we've got our 3D space construction on the top layer, so that's kind of that emboss pattern that allows deformation and flexibility. Makes it a little
Wait,
bit
you're
lighter.
throwing out some jargon there. What was one of those words you said? Inflectation?
Emboss pattern?
Emboss pattern.
Emboss pattern? Are you really saying it gets denser here and creates more of a cradle over the foot?
I'm saying that underneath of the foot, there's points that can compress and rebound depending on the type of runner that you are. So it really kind of customizes that ride.
Okay, cool. Now, everybody wants to know, gel's been around for a long time. What does gel do in your shoes?
Yeah, so gel is all about shock attenuation. A lot of people want to say cushion, but the foam's there for the cushion. With the gel, the whole idea is, we're going to bring that force down. It's going to hit the gel. It's going to spread out there over the plane, and then you're really going to engage that cushion underneath the foot, and that's when it's going to help us get that ASICS ride and feel that we're known for.
So this is deadening the shock.
Exactly.
All right, so like think of it as a dampener.
Yeah, if we ever get a chance to show you the egg test, we'll walk you through that, where we drop an egg from 25 feet. It'll hit a gel pad and won't break.
Time out. Why are we doing
Why
that
aren't mattresses?
right now?
You know, I'm out of poultry this week, so maybe next week we're going to hit up the farm.
Lucky you. I got a couple eggs now.
I love Robbie on a couple beers. Robbie on a couple beers is the best.
Yeah, man. It's the end of Chiari.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up. All right, so this shoe is for which consumer?
Yeah, this is for your premium cushion consumer. You know, this is for somebody that wants to feel that super plush ride underfoot, that wants a little bit more between them and the ground, but wants a really luxurious upper as well. So we've got this beautiful upper, this brand new knit tongue that we're working with. And this is going to have that gusset on the side as well, so it's going to wrap the foot. You get luxurious up top, luxurious underneath. This is kind of your land cruiser for those long miles.
And
so
you know that we love a gusset tongue.
Absolutely. What are we looking at as far as weight for this?
So on this one, I believe we're just over 10 ounces on the men's side.
That's pretty good for regular GEL-Nimbus.
Yeah, for latest GEL-Nimbus of all time, 10 millimeter offset. You know, it's a pretty traditional shoe in that sense, but this foam is going to give it a ride that it's never had before.
What about price point?
$160, January 1st, you can get your hands on this guy.
So this is our premium as far as the line goes. If I want lots of cush, this is the shoe I'm going for.
This is it. This is first class, lay down beds on your way over the Atlantic.
All right. I like that.
Whoa.
With a TV?
Yeah, with the TV.
I'm sold.
Champagne glasses for the boys.
Warm blankets? Wet blankets? All right, cool. So, is there another version of this shoe?
So there is. Now this is really fun.
All right.
Now the Nimbus has been known for so long, but it was a very specific consumer base that was buying Nimbus. We wanted to be able to leverage that name, that equity, and do something a little bit different. So this is kind of our tip of the spear take on the Nimbus. This is the Nimbus Lite, and we've got two things going on here. We wanted to play with geometries, get a little bit more crazy with design, really kind of inform the future of the Nimbus line, but at the same time also do it with kind of an eco-friendly approach to the shoe itself. So, you know, you're over an ounce lighter when you move from Nimbus to Nimbus Lite. You can see there's no visual gel. Don't worry for all the gel fans at home, it's still in there. We get rid of some
the toe, right?
Toe and heel.
Oh, toe and heel.
So it reduces some of the glue. It helps us reduce the weight. You know, from an eco standpoint, when we pull some of that stuff out, it's great. And then we've got an upper that is recycled water bottles. So it's PET that's been recycled and brought back. The foam itself has a higher eco content than typical. So you get a very lively, poppy ride, but you still get all the protection of a Nimbus just in a very lightweight package, and as you can tell, a little bit more rad of a design.
In between the two, I don't know why, but I always lean towards the Lite series versus the traditional series. Am I the consumer that is adopting this versus the other shoe? Am I naturally gravitating towards it?
I think the GEL-Nimbus 24, the more historical one, definitely has a customer that's been wearing it for years. For people that wanted to have something that was a little bit more on the forefront, Nimbus Lite really kind of hit that. I think that people that are hitting the blog or YouTube and they're looking for their next shoe, Nimbus Lite is what's really going to pop them.
We thought that this was one of our favorite ASICs at the time, and I think this came out the end of last year, so it was like didn't make our 2021 list, but I feel like maybe if this came out in the middle of this year, it maybe would have fallen in the top daily trainers.
Speaking of when it comes out,
when
does this one come out?
February of 22. So we're right around the corner.
Yeah, that is awesome. So we should be getting samples of this soon.
Yeah.
They might be in a box in FedEx right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what's different? I will say, what's different about this than like the previous Nimbus Lite?
Yeah, so we've completely changed the upper. Got a complete revamp on that. That knit tongue that we talked about on the Nimbus 24, you're going to see that on this as well. It's going to have that same gusseted tongue. So really, you know, we felt great about the underfoot feel on it, but we wanted to take the upper and just give it a little bit more energy, a little bit more life, and enhance the fit.
That's what's exciting me, because that was the only issue I had with the previous version of it, was that the upper was a little bit like, you need a little bit more.
A little tightening up.
Boom, there it is.
There it is. I love this natural colorway. I know that you guys are trying to tell a story about sustainability, less dyes, you know, and the foam in this, it's made from a byproduct of the sugarcane process.
Which is weird, because most shoes we get that are made from like castor beans or like that stuff are horrible.
You're suffering.
That feels as good as any.
This has that plush ride, that premium cush that he was talking about in this shoe, but with this, I feel like a more modern, sleeker design. All right, great. What do we got next?
All right, so we took you across the Atlantic, kind of in those lay-down first-class seats.
Feel good.
We're gonna go past the curtain and we're gonna move you back to a different section for just a second.
Right.
So this is one
bottle of champagne.
Yeah, I better get a drink while we can.
So this is the GEL-Cumulus. This is the second shoe in kind of our Cloud series. This one holds, you know, near and dear to my heart. I ran my first marathon in the Cumulus 7.
Wow.
This is the Cumulus 24, so I'm aging myself out a little bit here.
Pretty good though. You're still running fast.
I'm doing okay. We're getting to finish lines and getting medals and finisher beers, right?
There we go.
So this is going to undergo a bunch of changes. So one of the things that we've heard over the years is how do we differentiate Nimbus and Cumulus? They've been kind of similar. So we talked about the Flight Foam Blast Plus that's going to live in the Nimbus. For the first time, we're going to bring just Flight Foam Blast into the Cumulus series. So you still get that lively, poppy feel.
So it's an upgrade.
It's an upgrade from where we were.
We're still going higher.
We can still go higher. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to drop the heel to forefoot offset. So there's been a lot of discussion about, you know, our offsets at 10 millimeters and a lot of the Legends. So we're going to drop down to 8. We're going to be a little bit smoother now with the ride experience, and then we're going to go to a full ground contact outsole. So inherently it's a little bit more stable, and what that does is, even though it's a neutral shoe, it opens up the usage occasions to more athletes. We're pretty excited about that. And then, you know, from an upper standpoint, we really sleeked this thing out. You know, the Cumulus is a past. I think you saw just a lot of material. It didn't seem to have as much of a sleek look.
Right.
Super sleek, and, you know, guys, what were we asking for on the tongue?
Gussets.
All
day long. Hey, you know what I noticed about this shoe when you were talking about stability? If you look at the heel, you've got a more narrow heel, and then it widens out under the forefoot. That's naturally going to create some of that stability he's talking about in the toe-off phase. So I'm excited about this because we have a lot of consumers that are like, that's great that you have these premium products. I can't budget that necessarily. What do you have for me in that 120 range? Where is this coming in?
We have 130 when this comes out.
All
This is going to be in June of the upcoming year. And, you know, we got all these high school athletes. You got 1.5 million kids running track and field in the U.S. You get people that maybe are going out for their first run, want to train for their first 5K, their first half. A shoe like this is a shoe that can do all of that and more.
Nice.
And it's probably going to last a long time, especially with all that rubber.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So, are we getting a light treatment of this ever, or is this just staying in this?
We're gonna stay
zone?
here for now.
Okay.
There's a lot more stuff coming, but we're gonna keep that under the hood for now.
All right, I was just taking a guess. All right.
All right, what else we got?
Noosa. So,
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're getting wild here.
let's get
We're gonna
crazy.
get a little crazy. All right, I got the black light
That was a
version.
nice trick, too.
You like
Yeah.
that?
Wait a
It
second.
used to be
Thomas.
when I used to work marathon expos. That's how you
Ooh,
brought the
that's
people
sick.
in.
I mean,
Come on, try.
Kind of like a carnival barker at the.
yeah.
Oh, I almost
All right.
have.
Get out the.
Oh, that's right.
How many rotations can you hit? You know.
I can't hit one yet. No. All right.
All right.
Noosa. Now this is the shoe that feels a little bit different this time, and I'm going to tell you where I can feel. Before you get into the details, the durometer of this feels a little softer.
You are reading minds.
All right.
So, the Noosa Tri 13 has been phenomenal for us. I think we saw so many new consumers. You know, it started off as a triathlon shoe when it was originally built. You know, it's really become way more than that. To us, it became this kind of snappier, faster running shoe. But then we've even seen it start to hit people that are doing Barry's Boot Camp and some of these different classes and things.
Yeah.
So, a lot of the running in this is kind of snappier running. And we did hear, like, hey, if we get just a little bit softer underfoot, you know, drive that home for us. So we're gonna have a softer midsole. It's the same tool, but we played with the foam, so it is gonna be a little bit softer underfoot, and it's just gonna make that ride that much nicer.
That was the one thing, like there's some shoes you try on and they feel soft when you try them on, but then they don't feel as soft when you get miles in them. The Noosa was one you had to be patient with. It did soften up over the run, and I'm not saying like once you broke down the material, it just softened up, like you could start to feel the toe off a little bit more. But I'm really excited that this is softened up from the get-go, and I think it will be better. And we are seeing consumers, like I told you, I was in the airport and you see people wearing this shoe that aren't even runners, so it, like the looks and the fun part of the shoe are pulling consumers into the shoe that maybe don't even run. So
Can we
it's
talk
fun.
about this like 90s font style right here? I'm loving it.
All day long. So this shoe was originally
Right, I love
inspired by the
So
Noosa
good.
Triathlon in Australia, and they were sending out a
Okay.
sample, and they spec'd a bunch of colors on the sample to see what color was going to come back best. This is a point where shoes were like pretty monotone colored.
Yeah.
The sample came back, and they were like, "We got to send this to market. No one's ever seen anything like this." So that's kind of our inspiration.
Word.
So we're really still playing into that. The marble midsole we've been doing for years.
Sure.
That great kind of SoCal palm tree vibe you got going on.
I love it.
And then we partner with the LA Marathon, and so when we go out to that expo in SoCal, we're outside Dodger Stadium doing the
Oh,
expo.
yeah.
We'll have
Right.
this thing out there and rocking and rolling.
Robbie, is these two colors remind you of anything that we have
Yeah.
in our store?
How were you not wearing that hat?
We should have been wearing the hat.
Just a little believe in the run pitch.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so other than this being softer, let's go through some of the stats for people. And it looks like the pull tab's been replaced with one of the easy pull-on heels, which I love.
Yep, easy pull on heel and relaxed Achilles construction, so we're not going to get any irritation back there. Upper's completely rebuilt, so we're still on that low 5mm offset. We've got that great kind of guide sole technology that's going to increase efficiency. We've got our gusseted tongue again all day long, and it's coming in even lighter than it was the last time, so we're amped up.
So I would also almost recommend this shoe for someone who maybe doesn't want to buy that super shoe, but wants a snappy shoe with a little bit of stack. Like you're saying, you have the LA Marathon. This could be a shoe for somebody who's maybe not ready to drop $300 on that premium race day shoe.
And I would say, can you do maybe like a quick breakdown of what's different than this as opposed to the Glide Ride, which are similar, quite
Yeah,
similar
so
shoes?
we've got 3 shoes that are kind of living in that guide sole story outside of the racers right now. So we've got Glide Ride, which is our premium. That's going to have a really great kind of 2-layer setup. It's got a EVA plate in the middle of it. Then you drop down to Evo Ride, which actually shares the exact same tooling as this.
Okay.
Evo Ride's going to have a little bit more traditional of an upper, where this one's going to be a little bit of that sleeker look. It's going to get that crazy color. You're going to be able to pull this on a little bit
I'm
quicker.
guessing this isn't on the...
Exactly right. Yep.
So more traditional look and feel.
Yep.
So you mentioned the Glide Ride. Are we going to see an update to that today?
There is a Glide Ride coming, but we're going to have to wait one more season to see that.
Man.
All right.
If
So
we're
when
going to
is this?
update big, you got to give us time.
Yeah. When's the availability?
So we're going to see this in April, and that's no fool's joke.
It might be.
love
You
that.
told it to me. Yeah. All right. Do you have kids?
I don't. I don't.
Not
You're
April Fool's
gonna
joke.
make a great dad. You're gonna make a great dad. All
You're
right,
ready.
so let's move on from the Noosa. This is a light, fast transition shoe. It's gonna be great for pretty much anybody who wants an, I would call this an up-tempo shoe.
Or if you're not a runner, you just got a cool looking shoe, apparently.
And Jarrett says that this is his most complimented shoe that he
He
wears
loves
all the
it.
time.
He loves
So it gets a little crazy. So this is the LA pack?
Yeah, so this is our color injection pack. We're going to see this come out in the spring. You know, this is something where we take those entities that everybody loves, Nova Blast, the Nimbus, and you just dress it up a little bit. I mean, this is like Tubbs and Crockett all day long, right? We got our palm trees, we got kind of our
laser.
Roll those sleeves up and let's go. Hop in the convertible.
I'm ready to roll.
So same prices as the inline, just a little bit of a way to celebrate, a little bit more fun, a little bit of excitement. You know, coming out of those winter months, things get a little dreary. This keeps it bright, gives some pop in your step.
Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
All right, cool. So that's what we're going to show you right now from ASICS. We know there's more stuff in the works. We've seen maybe some stuff that's in the works we can't talk about. Paul can't be here for that because he'd get in trouble. But thanks for walking us through the lineup. And is there anything else that you want to cover, Robbie?
I don't think so. I would say we're excited for what's coming.
Yeah.
Excited about this as well. So let's have a good 2022.
Always a pleasure, guys.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah.
Let's fly over the Atlantic.